Masterpiss here, and in this video I'm going to go through the latest notes from the 7.1.5 patch. Now in the previous video I did say that all these changes can change, and they have. So let's go through them. The first change we're going to see is a tooltip change. So Sindragosa's Fury is still going to give us 2000% AP damage, still going to give us a 50% slow for 3 seconds, and still going to be 40 yards in front of us. The only thing it looks like is they're changing the wording of the tooltip. Another tooltip change they're making is Abomination's Might. So Abomination's Might is actually going to show the percentage in the tooltip now. Still going to be a daze to player and a knockdown to mobs. Breath of Sindragosa is getting a buff again. So it has gone from a 175% of AP to 250% AP to now 287.5% AP. So this has gone up 112% in, well, the patch hasn't even come out yet. So the scaling of this is just going up and up. It's going to make it a lot more viable in a PvE setting because the damage is going to be quite competitive now. Uptime is going to get a little bit more manageable with some changes they're bringing out on other talents. And in PvP, it's going to do a lot more bursts to make up for that 10% strength we lost. Freezing Frog is going up to 30% from 25%. So Howling Blast is going to hit harder. Frost Fever is going to be hitting harder. So this is actually going to make it more viable over Frozen Pulse as well. Gathering Storm is getting another 5% buff. So it's going from 10% AP to 15% AP. And the duration extension is still 0.5. Horn of Winter is going up in runic power, so it's still going to give us a 2 rune buff, and it's going to give us a 20 runic power buff. So this is going to make it a lot easier to maintain Breath of Sindragosa. So this is another indirect buff to Breath of Sindragosa. Hungering Rune Weapon as well is going up, so still going to be the normal rune regeneration, but you're going to get an extra 2 runes because duration is going up by 15, so it's going up to 15. So essentially you're going to get 8 runes, you're going from 8 runes to 10 runes. So it is again another buff, an indirect buff to Breath of Sindragosa. Murderous Efficiency, again another indirect buff to Breath of Sindragosa. So it's going from 50% to 65% chance to get a rune back. This one also works well with another playstyle of the Frost DK, which is basically just an obliteration spam. So instead of trying to keep Frozen Pulse up a lot, you're just spamming Frost Strikes and Obliterates to get your Rhyme procs. Volatile Shielding is also being changed, so it's going from arcane damage to shadow damage. Is this a buff for Frost? Not really, it's more of a buff for Unholy, because Unholy's Mastery scales shadow damage. And White Walker is going up from 20% to 30%, so this is just another DR, so another damage reduction that we can use. Overall, with our changes, it looks like Breath of Sindragosa's playstyle is getting a buff and is becoming a lot more lenient in uptime. And it looks like the uptime might go from, generally you're looking at kind of a 60 second, 70 second max uptime. This is probably going to bring it up to like an 80 second because it just looks like you're getting a lot more value from your talents. So Hungering Rune Weapon, Murderous Efficiency, and Horn of Winter are all just becoming a lot more efficient. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or any queries, please leave them in the comments section below. Do remember that these are PTRs. Everything can and probably will change, as we've already seen. I will try and get a video on whatever the latest information is at the time up as soon as possible. So please, again, subscribe to the channel. Masterpiss, out.